Good evening and welcome to TDM Talk Show. I'm your host, Kelsey Wilhelm. Our guest this evening is Zoe Tang, the president of the executive committee of Anima, the Society for the Protection of Animals. Established in 2003, the nonprofit group aims to help abandoned or mistreated animals find them new homes and create awareness for pet owners and the public in general. Thank you for being on the show. It's been a very, very interesting year for everyone, but I think since it's been so difficult for humans, people tend to forget about the effect on pets and animals in particular. And I know that Anima has continued to do their work diligently despite all of the difficulties of the pandemic and the effect that that had on your budgets, because the number of animals which are showing up, being abandoned, continues to increase, and your budgets are not able to increase because of largely what's happened to the benefactors and the donors. How has last year been?
We still have not yet paid the expenses for over 2 million, because it's very difficult for us. I remember it's around July, we already facing the finance problem. And then because we are difficult to get the support from the donor because of the COVID-19. We usually around every month we will use around 75,000 patakas, including the salaries and the vet expenses for the food or for the medication. And until this year. And then we still need to have to pay the food for the animals, but very difficult. And then we are looking for the Macau Foundation. We're going fast for the procedure to get to give us the support. If not, and then we will have a lot of the debits, and then we have to pay. We still need to pay.
How is that going with Macau Foundation? What I've seen recently is they're still meeting to discuss the case?
Yes, because last year, in the middle of last year, and then we already know, like the proposal, we have to do it online, but not to submit by the papers. So we already do this way, and we were informed, and then this year they will only have the meeting in this year, but we don't know it's January or February. But in January, because we already facing the finance problem since last July, so we want to talk to the Macau Foundation if we can get the funds as soon as possible, because we are very difficult to survive, because every month we have to pay the expenses. And then we also have the suppliers that they are talking to us, or if you are not pay the expenses, maybe your account will get cold, and then you cannot order anything. So we just hope the Macau Foundation will give us the support earlier, and we was noticed two weeks ago that they will have the meeting in the February. But we still don't know when, which day. And then we still don't know if approved or not, and then how much they will support, and we still don't know.
That's a very tough situation to be in. I know that also some of the primary donors before were also the casinos, the casino companies. You know, Steve Wynn in particular was very visible in how he contributed. What's happened with them? I know that they can't give as much as they could before, but have they still given donations?
Yes, they did, but 2019 they still giving us like around all the casino, and then we have around the support like 2 million. But 2020 is complicated. It's only 360,000 patakas. And then you can see it's very difficult, because we cannot pay anything for the expenses, and then we also cannot send the animals to the clinic. And we try to ask a lot of different casinos to see if they can help, but we also understand. And then everyone, and then all the job, and then all the companies, and then have their problems, and then facing the finance problem, and then we understand. But for us, because we take the responsibility for the animals, and then in Macau, and then we rescue a lot of animals, and so and then we are an NGO organization. We are very difficult to get the money to do our work. And then we still have a lot of animals is waiting for.
How many animals do you currently take care of? Because you have both dogs and cats.
Yes.
I mean, as the primary
We
ones.
have now 400 dogs around, and then 300 cats in Cat Paradise. We have 2 shelters.
Yeah, you have the 2 different shelters in Koloan.
Yes.
One is nearby the former helicopter pad.
Yes.
And then the other is in Koloan Village, the Cat's
yes.
Paradise. They're you can tell when you visit the places they are full.
Yes,
they're
because we not only have the dogs or cats, we also have rabbits, we have tortoise, okay, we have hamster, we have fancy mouse. Yeah, we rescue all the animals if they need, just like the bird, and then if we just send to the clinic, and then after the treatment we will release, okay, because they're supposed to be in the sky, okay, not in the cage. Yeah, so we try our best to rescue all the homeless animals to our shelter, and then we try our best to find a home for them. But unfortunately, also this year is very difficult because we also receive some call from the adopter that they tell they have to go back to their own country without any notice. And then they just go to the company and then just got dismiss the contract, so they cannot have work anymore.
And they have to leave within, a matter of days.
In the short
also,
period, just like 7 days or 2 weeks, they have to go. So they cannot have any time to take care or handle the procedure of the export the pet to the country.
Yeah.
So they can the only way is just return to our shelter.
Yeah.
And they are very, very difficult to find other people or friends to take care of because the friends have the problem, some of him. Yeah. So also, it's very difficult to find the people to adopt animals because the work for the people is not really stable. Yeah. And nobody knows what will be going happen. Just like so this year, last year, and then since until right now, it's really difficult for us. Yeah. Yeah.
It was, it seems like because of the lockdowns and stuff that were in place, people were at home more. They did have more free time, so it would be interesting to see if more people had adopted more animals. But it seems like with the economic situation, it just doesn't work.
Yes, and then that's why we are trying. If we really cannot adopt a pet in this the short period because nobody knows what will be going to happen, and at least maybe we can try to see if fostering program is work. Okay, it's a short period and then keep until as much as you can. So even the dogs or cats. Yeah, so this is very good, and then we can tell, and then we found around 10 homes for the dogs or cats in each month, and then some of them taking care of them just temporary, but after they change their mind, they to decide to adopt them because don't want to give us
the foster fail.
Yeah.
I understand.
Really good. Yeah,
I understand. It's you had over 10,000 visitors last year. So it seemed 10,495 visitors, and from 92 groups came to visit you, so schools, associations, and companies. So, and that's, the amount of visitors was a very big uptick from 2019. Do you think that's encouraging towards what can happen in terms of adoptions this year? It seems like there's a little bit more hope, at least with the vaccination scheme happening. Do you think that people are going to be, hopefully, adopting more?
Right now, I think so because we try our best to spread the message in the Facebook, in the online, but nobody can come here because our road in the main road and then also have the construction. Yeah. So now it's very difficult for the people to come to pay the visit. Yeah. But I think and then this month around 10th of February and then they already finished the completely the construction, so everyone can come to our shelter to take a look for the animals, and we still want the animals will get will go back to home or find a good home for every home for them, because in 2020, and then I can tell sometimes there's no one come to our shelter to pay a visit for our animals.
And it makes a difference for them. You can tell they're very social beings, but just having someone come to visit.
Yes. Only after, I think, October and then to November,
Okay.
the school organizing some children or kids and then come to our shelter,
Okay.
and then to have a visit to see how is animals is doing. Yeah, but before, if not because of the COVID-19, and then we have like the casino, the organization, the school, and then we almost, I can tell you, is we schedule every week.
All right. Okay. Good.
But right now, really cannot.
And we'll see what happens in the future. Also, it's going to take a while for people to kind of warm up and see. You know, I wanted to ask you have different programs. People don't have to go and adopt immediately.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
different ways that people can
Yes.
help. You mentioned the fostering, in which
Yes.
somebody takes them into their home and
Yes.
takes care of the animal. But then you also have the godparenting program,
Yes.
right? How does that work?
Godparenting is it just links to sponsorship every month, like 100 patakas. So you are the godparent of the animals, and then you can choose the animal which one you want.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can come to pay visit. You can give him a shower. Okay, you can bring him for a walk, or even weekend, and you can bring him home. Okay, and then to give a house or love to this animal, and then this is a good program because sometimes the people don't know if they can handle animals in the home or not. Or the animals, and then it's really good, and then can get along each other, and then they think, oh, take care of the dog is very difficult, and then I don't want because they will bark. But even you try to convince her that the animals is really, really gentle and then will not making trouble, but they don't trust. So this program is using like this way, and they bring him for a walk, and then like they can come every week or every day if they want. Okay, and then when they have like the Chinese New Year holiday or the Christmas holiday, they can decide to planning to have him to home. Okay, try to take care of him for a few days. Okay, to try to see if they can adopt a pet. Okay, because this is the life. Okay, and then they have to take the responsibility forever, and then not only temporary. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you that. It's when you adopt an animal, it is forever. It's meant to be forever. Do you think that within Macau, that is the overall consensus? Do people in general think like that? Or do you think that people have the idea that adopting a pet is something that can be temporary?
When they come to talking to us that they are interested to adopt an animal, and then we have to have a talk and then with them. Sometimes it's more or less around 30 minutes.
Okay.
At least we have to talk about the conversation. We will include if afterward, if you get married, if you're pregnant, if after your baby just born and then have allergies, or if your house have dog, if they cannot get along together and they fight, and what you're going to do, and we can see the reaction of the people that how they are thinking. Okay, and then sometimes we were easy to understand what they are going to do. Like we receive the people who come to our shelter to want to adopt a dog, but when we ask, because we will have the house visit when they fill in the form, so they are telling, I adopt him, but I put him in the construction. So we already know what will going to happen. It's just like, if I get married and then if my daughter cannot stay with my son, can I return the dog to you guys? Okay. So you will already know what will going to happen. Okay. So after that, we still need to talk to have the house visit to make sure the house have enough space for the dogs. Yeah. We like the cats, and then we have to make sure they have to the fence to protect the cat will jump down from the window. We have to do the house check to confirm the people is really, really good. Okay. Yeah, it's a good family. Yeah.
Well, hopefully more people will be more dedicated to their...
Yes.
There is this situation though, and it's as in any country, there are stray animals in Macau, and that's going to happen. But you've talked before about the importance of the trap neuter release or TNR program. How is that being implemented in Macau, and what are some of the challenges so far?
Since we have Anima in Macau, right? So we already have the SPP program, Special Protection Program, is to take care of the animal who is stranded in the street.
Yeah.
So we have now around taking care of over 500.
Okay.
Okay, and then the dogs is not in animal shelter.
Yeah.
Okay, it's outside that in the trail, in the Kolowan and the village, or in staying in the construction site near the road, and then we have the list. Okay, we are doing the work like every day. We will go there to give food for them.
Okay.
Okay, and right now still have 500 to 800.
Okay.
Okay, and then but some of them we will control because we will try to convince the worker who is working in the construction site. Sometimes they don't trust us because they will think, oh, you are coming to punish us, and then they don't understand Anima. So we will try to convince, and then if they agree, the dog go to the vet clinic to have the surgery. Because sometimes we don't know the dog not trusting us.
Yeah.
The one who trusts us is the worker, and then they are the one who can help us to carry the dog inside the cage and send to the clinic. So we have to ask them to help.
Okay.
So we convince the worker, and then we try to attitude that the dog, if you are not going to spay to have the neuter, afterward we'll get a lot of the animals. Okay, because from my experience, that I have rescued some animals that hit by car, hit by the truck on the road in Kolowan. Okay, the body was completely destroyed. Okay, I remember since I work here around 7 years ago, I rescued a dog that hit by the truck, and then I have to get back the heart from the other side of the road.
Oh, geez.
So this is the problem. Why? Because when they have the dogs in the construction, and then they are not taking a good care. They never nurturing the animal, and then because the animal have a lot, okay, they are trying to go out to the road to find the food. So that's why we'll have the traffic accident. So we convince the worker if they cooperation with us, so the animals will send to the clinic for these sex, okay, and then we also support the food, medical treatment like vaccination, or once if they have injuries, okay, or other disease, and then animals will pay that, okay. And so 500 animals like the dogs is under this program right now, and then we will always go there to have the inspection to see how they are doing, okay. So it's meaning that 500 dogs is meaning there is 40 area sites, okay? And
you go there every day?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes. Our team spend around 3 to 4 hours in the morning, and then to give food, and then to give the medication if need, like after the surgery or if they sick. So also is very lucky or successful, we can tell in one site at Cajo, the female dog already controlled by us. Okay, there are no more female dogs that are not yet sex. Okay, so we'll not have any more babies. Okay, and then they are very stable. Okay, because you should understand if the mother, if the construction site, there are 2 female dogs and then not yet sex, so they can pregnant in around when they are 7 months old. Okay. So 2 times they can pregnant per year. Okay. And the mother can give born to 10 to 15. I can tell we rescue a dog few years ago that have born 17 puppies.
Wow. Okay.
So you have to imagine that if once I have 2 female dogs and then not yet sex, so 2 times per year, and then every time we'll have 10. Okay, so the 10 will have 5 female, 5 male. So after 7 months, and then
just exponentially more and more.
And then they keep like they will have a disease like tick fever or the distemper. You know, is will causing that die because distemper can spread the virus by the air. Okay, and Also, and then you are very difficult to control.
Yeah.
Okay, and also they have to facing like hypothetical, hungry. Okay, and nobody take care. So we just want to try some way to help. But in Macau right now, and then the government is not yet say the TDM now is working.
Yeah.
And then we still waiting for the government to see any situation, and then they could tell us. But Anima have a proposal to talk to the government. We want to have them to see if the government can provide land, and then they have the land like the Macau Canal, right?
Yeah.
But it's very small for them to catch around every day 10 dogs or 5 cats, and then it's too difficult for them to accommodate these dogs or cats in the canal as a small canal.
Yeah.
So I think the government can have a big area, and Macau have a lot of land, so they can have a big area, IAM, and then can catch the animals there, and then IAM, because have the equipment, can do the surgery for the animals, so they can do the dissect, so the organization can help to take care of the animals, and then try our best to promote for the adoption and take care of the animals. Okay, and then we can try this way, but as you see, the procedure that they are using for catch the animal 7 days and then euthanize, and then they keep doing this in many years. But you see, the dog's still here. Yeah. And then this is not the solution.
I mean, we saw the most recent case of the pet, which had an owner, actually getting euthanized by IAM.
Yes.
And, you know, they did a public apology and everything, but it just kind of exposed how the program works, how quickly it can go from what is seen as a stray animal to then being a dead animal.
Yes.
I wanted to ask about that. Euthanasia. It's a very difficult topic, and it's something that, as an animal protection association, you aim to protect animals. What is your stance, though, on euthanasia? Is it necessary in order to limit the animal population in Macau?
We also have, sometimes the animal will have this stage.
Yeah.
Okay, and then because they are already old, it's just like 17 or 18, that sometimes you should understand they will have the problem, like the leg problem.
Yeah.
So they cannot walk anymore. Or they have cancer.
Yeah.
And they cannot pee and poo by themselves.
Yeah.
They cannot eat on its own. Okay. So sometimes they will just like we can tell it's dying.
Yeah.
Okay. And animal will, if we have to do this way, and then we should, and then the one who talk to us to make the suggestion is the vet. Yeah. Okay, the clinic vet. Okay, and then second, we will have 2 board members to agree about the procedure to euthanize, and then the last one will be the president. Okay, and then at least total we have 4 people to agree this. Okay,
for every single case.
Yes, yes, all the case, and then we need 4 people. Okay, and then not only one, and then I want euthanize, and then cannot.
Okay.
So because Anima have no vet there, so we have to send the animals to the clinic, but not in Anima. Okay, but IAM, and then as far as I know, and then they are doing like they catch the dogs or cats, and then put them in a kennel for 7 days, and then after 7 days, if the owner not coming to claim their animals, and then if the animals is old, is sick, and then is aggressive, and then they will put in a list to euthanize. Okay. But for me, I could tell if the animals just get caught by IAM and then go to the kennel, everyone should be afraid of this. So I think the dogs will be protect themselves, and then trying to show you a more aggressive, and then it's not fair for them.
Well, and there's so many. I mean, if you go to the public kennels, you see that there's just so many animals there.
Yes, and then cats, just like cats, because dogs for Anima, and then we are full because if you come and then you can see our area, and we never cage the animals. We give the group area, it's just like a room, a big area for them, because we want them to have a big space, enough space to play each other, okay? And we will not use the cage. And we are completely full. Even the corridor we use for the animals, and then like the kitchen, the meeting room, all the room we already use. So it's very difficult. We can rescue the animals, the dogs from the kennel. But we try our best. If we have the dogs that get adopted, and then we have space, and then we still have no rescue, urgent rescue, that we have to use this space, we will help. We will go to the kennel, and then we will get the dogs. Okay. And we will try to get the old or the puppies with the mothers, okay? Because they are very difficult to be survived there, okay? We will try our best to get them. But because I can tell, and then we're trying our best to save as much as we can in the kennel. Like in the January until right now, we already saved around 20 cats. Wow. We get 20 cats from the kennel and then come back to our cat paradise. Because the cat is very easy to take care, and then in cat paradise we will still have spaces. But the difficult we have is all the animals come to, all the cats come to our cat paradise, and then we will quarantine for 21 days to prevent the disease like the cat flu, everything. So they have to stay in a cage for 21 days. We confirm, and then after the DSEX and vaccination, we will release them in the free area. Okay. So the cats, we can tell we always have the. We cooperate with IAM. We try our best. Like every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, we get 10 cats. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we also always have a meeting with the IAM, and then to see if what we can do much more. That like. We have space, and then we try to if TNR how can work fast. It's just like if the government said that if you release on the street, it's very difficult because you have no street that no area to accommodate 300 or over 500 dogs in the streets. Okay, so we prefer SNR is mean shelter, right? And then so government to have to find the area, the space to accommodate the street animal. But for sure, they will tell that they need times to discuss. Okay, and then let's wait just like this. But I hope, and then Macau will have TNR. Okay, because if animals just catch and then after got killed, and then it's not a good solution of that. I know that you do allow non-residents to adopt, but how exactly does that process work? We have to check if their own country will have the good animals protection law in their own country. To protect the animals, one goes back to their own country. If like get lost, or some country will have the weeks that's. It's just like if they think you have the rabies problem, you should. So we have to think about this. It's just like if from China, it's very difficult. Because there is no animals protection law to protect the animals. So we will not allow that the animals go back to China. Okay. Just like if others like the non-resident worker, they have to prove. They have the families, and then can handle the export expenses, and then when they go back to the country, because now it's very difficult also because the cost will be much more increased. Okay, and then not like before. If you go to Hong Kong, just like 10,000 patakas, but right now will be 20,000 patakas or 50,000 patakas. So they have to prove us. And then they have the money to go back when they go back to their own country, and then they can pay. Okay, so we have to confirm everything. So we will allow the adoption. Okay, and then also they have to show us, and then the company, the contract is up to over 1 year, and then not to only 2 months. Sometimes we will have the problem like this. After 2 months, they said, "Oh, sorry about that," and then my company not renew my contract anymore, so I have to return the animals to you guys like this. Well,
I know that you have a lot of animals that are looking for forever for homes and looking for love. Unfortunately, our time is drawn to a close. I know that there's a lot more we could talk about.
Yes.
But I think that Macau in general appreciates the work that Anima is doing, and despite all the difficult circumstances, good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully people are generous during this Chinese New Year season.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
That's all for this week, but join us again next week for more TDM Talk Show. Good night.